I'm Patsy Thompson, and if you've followed my work at all, then you know that I just love machine embroidered applique, and I use that technique a lot to create quilt blocks. When you're doing this kind of heavy stitching to highlight your applique shapes, you've really got to stabilize both your base fabric and those applique shapes, or the dense decorative embroidery will distort your quilt blocks. I'm always on the lookout to learn new techniques and find new products that will make my quilting life easier or faster, and I want to show you a new product that I've been using for several months now. It's called Sullivans Fabric Stabilizing Spray, and it does just that. It really stabilizes your fabric. In fact, it works so well that I don't even need to iron a layer of fusible interfacing to the back side of the block before I begin embroidering. Let me show you how I use it. I simply lay out my fabric block and spray it with Sullivans Fabric Stabilizing Spray. Of course, my windows are open because I don't want to spray indoors unless I have great ventilation. Now, I'm always in a hurry to get right to the embroidery, so I'm not going to wait for this to dry. I cover it with a piece of scrap muslin that I'm using as a pressing cloth, and then I just start ironing. I do this until the spray is completely dried. You can see there is no staining of fabric, and it feels just a tad bit stiffer, but barely stiff at all. Now I'm ready to get this fabric on the embroidery machine and start embroidering my butterfly border. Now this spray is completely water soluble, so once you're done with your quilt project and you throw it in the wash, it's all going to wash out. I've got to be honest with you though, most of what I make are destined to become wall hangings, and they're never going to be washed, but I still can't tell that there's been any change to the hand of the fabric. Let me show you the butterfly border I just finished embroidering using this method. Look at this! The border looks great, and there really isn't any puckering at all, even though we never used any interfacing on the back side of the block. All you're seeing here is the stabilizer from the hoop. This Sullivans Fabric Stabilizing Spray really does a nice job, even with heavy decorative embroidery like this. I am sold on this stuff. I'm showing you this because this is a big time saver and money saver. Normally, I'd spend a lot of time cutting and then measuring my fusible interfacing. Then I'd have to lay everything out, fuse it, spritz it. I can eliminate the cutting and measuring completely by switching to fabric stabilizing spray, and the spray actually works out to be a fraction of the cost of the interfacing. I don't know about you, but I'm sold on Sullivans Fabric Stabilizing Spray, and you should be able to find it at your local quilt store or embroidery machine dealer, and if they don't have it in stock, tell them you need it. So long.